What's going on, guys? Welcome to our weekly news show here on Lucrative State Mayanga, the channel dedicated to talking about everything startup, entrepreneurship, and digital media in Africa. I'm Bob, your host, and today we're going to be talking about meta expansion of Instagram and Facebook monetization for Nigerian and Ghanaian content creators. Starlink accelerates Kenya's adoption of satellite internet, growing its user base tenfold. Jumia passes the $1 billion market cap valuation amidst Wall Street optimism. Safaricom, Kenya's leading telco, faces allegation during protests. Uncover, an African beauty brand, secures $1.4 million in seed funding, and all the rest of the latest funding news coming up right after this. First up in the news, Meta has expanded Instagram and Facebook monetization for Nigerian and Ghanaian content creators. Previous restriction by Facebook prevented creators from both countries from receiving Facebook revenue unless their pages were managed from eligible countries. Creators can now earn money via Facebook in-stream and live ads, as well as Facebook ads on Reels. Earnings from these ads depend on factors such as advertiser demand and the number of video views. This feature was launched in June last month, allowing creators to monetize their posts starting July 1st, 2024. This move is in response to recent changes in Ghana's tax landscape, which required Ghanaian-based content creators and influencers earning from platforms like YouTube, formerly Twitter, and TikTok to pay taxes on their earnings. All right, next up in the news, Starlink, an Elon Musk-owned internet service launched last year in July, has seen a significant increase in satellite internet users in Kenya. Over 93% of the Starlink subscribers have chosen high-speed plans with speeds between 100 megabits per second to 1 gigabits per second. Starlink's success comes from offering broadband services where traditional carriers like Telecom Kenya and Safaricom don't reach, meeting the needs of dissatisfied consumers. Starlink is a major player in Kenya's satellite internet market, along with Skynet and NTV-SAT. All right, next up in the news, Jumia, a social e-commerce platform, underwent significant restructuring under Francis Dufay, a former management consultant and former CEO of Jumia Ivory Coast. Dufay was promoted to the helm after Jumia's board fired its long-term co-CEOs Jeremy Hodara and Sacha Ponyanek in late 2022 following a series of poor performances and failure to slash expenses. In just a little over 18 months, Dufay led the company to restructure by laying off 43% of its workforce, scaling back its presence in underperforming markets, and closing its food delivery business. Despite rapid currency devaluation and macroeconomic challenges in key markets like Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya, Jumia's operating losses reduced by 71% in the first quarter of 2024 and revenue increased by 18.5%. Since January, Jumia's share price has increased 252.3% as the business repositions for expansion, notably in North Africa. In the first quarter, more than 52% of Jumia's sales came from third-party merchants. The company's changes from direct sales from its own inventory to third-party merchants a few years ago is lowering expenses and increasing alternative platform income. Jumia generated $17.3 million in merchant commissions for the first 3 months of 2024, up 78% from $9.7 million earned during the same period last year. Jumia faces competition from social selling platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Amazon, expanding in key markets like South Africa and Egypt, and Takealot, solidifying dominance in South Africa. CEO Dufay plans to stabilize business before pursuing new growth opportunities. Next up in the news, Safaricom, Kenya's top telecommunication provider, faces criticism from Kenya's youth for severe service outages and alleged disappearance during a series of protests that took 13 lives, with police reportedly to have been shooting at the demonstrators. There have also been nationwide internet disruptions and claims of protesters being abducted. Neblox, an internet rights watchdog, confirmed and reported that the outages coincided with the protests. At least 12 people who supported the protest via social media were abducted, of which Amnesty International, the global human rights group, condemned. Now, I read somewhere on social media that maybe the telco giant was collaborating with the government to curb dissent, which I won't be surprised judging from the fact that the Kenyan government owns 35% stake in Safaricom. But what do I know? I'm just a messenger relaying the news. Anyways, Safaricom denies these allegations, citing infrastructure problems. We are waiting to see how the Kenyan government will maneuver its strained relationship with the telecom company as Kenyans await some accountability. Next up in the funding news, Uncover, an African beauty brand and skincare marketplace, secured $1.4 million in seed funding to expand into the US, Ghana, and Uganda. The company, funded by an all-female team, Sneha Mehta and Jade Oyateru, back in 2021, focused on women of color who have been historically underserved by the industry. Uncover's tech platform supports product discovery, educational content, and community engagement. The company uses data collected through quizzes and interactions on its app to create personalized skincare products. The company sells its goods online and through retail partnerships with Kenyan and Nigerian pharmacy chains. With over 200,000 active customers in Kenya, Nigeria, and the diaspora, the firm broke even last year and is on its road to profitability. Revenue has increased 10x in the previous 24 months. According to the website statistica.com, the African beauty industry will reach $83.19 billion by 2028, outpacing the global averages. Uncover, who works within this industry, wants a major piece of that pie and is currently succeeding due to its omni-channel approach, combining online and offline strategies. The company is targeting the Democratic Republic of Congo as its next market. The funding will be used to further develop the Uncover tech platform, launch new products, expand into new markets, and continue leveraging data to create skincare solutions tailored for melanin-rich skin. I'm rooting for them and I'm wishing them all the best. Next up in funding news, UK-based TerraPay secures $95 million in debt funding to boost low-cost African remittances. British International Investment provided 20 million senior secured loans, while the International Finance Corporation provided $75 million. The company has also partnered with Enza, a payment technology company for African banks, to enhance payment acceptance and cross-border payments. Terra plans to collaborate with global money transfer companies to lower costs and simplify international remittances. The investment will boost remittances to Kenya, Ghana, Uganda, Egypt, Tanzania, Cameroon, Mali, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and Mozambique. All right, that's all the startup news I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you're not subscribed yet, kindly go ahead and do so and like the videos as well, as it helps us out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. We post new videos every single week about African startups, entrepreneurs, and the latest news. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Lucrative State Mayanga. I'll see you in the next one.